every archetype always seems to have art that signifies other things that we don't quite have just yet. And today we're going to take a look at some of these art pieces from the game and kind of see what we're still missing from some of these archetypes. So I always love when we get the chance to see some awesome clues for what's to come. Smash that little grab out, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The first piece we're going to be looking at here is in fact Ojama Country. And for years, many players have looked at Ojama Country and went, wait a minute, what are some of the pieces that we're missing from this? The first one down here we're missing is this little green dude that's just kind of waltzing on away. I'm not quite sure what he's doing here, but we're missing him. We're missing the yellow star in the sky as well. I'm also not quite sure what's going up there. The Ojama next to Ojama Blue as well. And then there's a few other really weird pieces going on here with this little worm and the thing that Ojama Green is petting as well. But there are 5 Ojamas pictured on this card that we don't quite have yet. And in terms of lore building and world building as well, Ojamas have some of the best mysteries still left about them because we've only seen, what, like 6 of them at this point, including Pink. So the allure of mystery still surrounds Ojama for what's to come. And I'm very curious to see, because when you still have this many cards left, that means that we can expand out the lore so much further with Ojamas. It's actually kind of insane. Now think about this. If you could add 5 more Ojamas to the deck with 5 relevant effects, that's kind of interesting. Also, Yu-Gi-Oh! Likes to do this open-ended thing where, like, we don't fully release an archetype, that way we can give it support much longer down the line. It's kind of an interesting thing. Next up here, Elfies of the Forest. Now, I know a lot of you guys have looked at the art from Elfies, and a lot of you guys always kind of say the same thing when it comes to this card. What is going on with the panda in the tree? All right. I always hear that one. And then, of course, we have the little llama down here in the corner as well. Now, every time I look at the llama, I always kind of wonder, like, what can we really do for this? Also, like, the Elfies of the Forest, it was such a cool concept when it was first started here. But once again, we always have the same question comes back here. Where is the panda at, and where is the llama? And what more can we really give to this deck, because we left it so open-ended at this point in time? So, unsure about that really answer, but hey, you know what? At least we know there are 2 more cards that we can give to Elfies as support cards later down the line. So that's a very cool thing as well. Now, the big one that really opened up a lot of doors for everybody was Black Eyes, the Plunder Patrol Sea Guide. And I know a lot of people, when this card first got announced in the OCG, so many people were super gung-ho and excited for this card because it signified that there was other Plunder Patrol support on the horizon. You know what we didn't get in that set? Other Plunder Patrol support. So they've actually left this one open-ended as well. Once again, this seems to be the thing that Konami likes to do. There are at least 2 to 3 other ships in the background of the Plunder Patrol Armada that haven't been quite explored yet. Alright, Black Eyes actually demonstrating that art, showing that, hey, you know what, once again, same thing here with like the Elfies. You have 2 to 3 more ships, which means 2 to 3 more lines of support that we'll probably get in, oh man, in the next 5 years, I would think, along the way. So another excellent piece here, kind of showing that, hey, we've got more support coming here for Plunder Patrol. I can't say that I'm actually like not super excited for this, because I really am. All right, like, we've given so many good options here. Maybe Konami's waiting for another summon mechanic to drop this in, but you can't tell me that Konami doesn't have ideas for all of this lore that is just sitting on the back burner here going, well, you know, maybe we should do something with this, maybe we shouldn't. But it looks like we're heading in the right direction nonetheless here. So I don't know what other ships could actually do. I think that's like the biggest question mark, is like, what can we make them do to make them relevant? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Next up here, this one has been a big mystery for a lot of people. So, in the Dogmatica lore here, we have this little girl here. Man, that doesn't sound wrong at all. We have this, I believe that she's going to be, she's taking Ecclesia's place in terms of the lore. And I'm not quite sure what's going on. We just know that she has red hair. She reminds me of like the evil Gishki monsters here, but we don't actually have an effect monster for her yet. We do know that she's basically shown up after Ecclesia has left the lore, and we just know that she serves some sort of Dogmatica as like a healer, possibly? But she's been one of the missing monsters that's just kind of floating in the void right now that we just know absolutely nothing about. So, little red hair Dogmatica monster hopefully will show up along the way here, and we'll actually get the chance to see something good come out of this one. At least I hope. Next up here, Danger. One of the most anticipated engines in the game's history. You know, Konami pretty much just said, we're done designing Danger monsters at this point in time, and, well, it was the exact opposite thing that everybody wanted. So, you know, you'll recognize Mr. Werewolf here, and you'll recognize Danger Thunderbird here, but in the corner here, you see what appears to be this, I want to say dinosaur-looking creature, which means that in terms of the lore for I'm in Danger, that there was one more creature that was left in the darkness, which means in terms of the open-ended verse for Dangers, once again, more support can come out of this. All right, we actually know who it should be. It should be this little Tyrannosaurus-looking creature here. I'm actually kind of curious to know. Though that could be miscued as like a different angle for Bigfoot, but I don't think that's the case. I think there's still one more Danger monster down the pipeline here. Next up here, Madolche Salon, and I've had infinite arguments, infinite talks with people about this card, because when you look down here on the chair, you see this little cat, and you're like, wait a minute, Robbie, that's Mewtwo. You're stupid. All right, no, that's not Mewtwo. Mewtwo is actually pinkish, and that was the discussion we had about this card before I made this video was, that's not Mewtwo. All right, Mewtwo is pink, that is purple, which opens up the question of there's another cat somewhere in the verse right now for Madolche, and I'm not quite sure what more they can really give the deck. That means that there is future Madolche support coming down the line here, and I'm not quite sure what this little purple friend can actually do for the deck, but I am actually super excited to get the chance to see another Madolche monster. So, evidently there's a couple on Palooza as well, but I couldn't really find anything that looked too concrete on that, so we're going to leave that one out. But, more to come. Alright, now this one, you guys know the Penguin monsters. We recently just got the Sage and the Ninja as cards from Penguin Brave, but the one that I want to point out here is in the back right corner here. You're going to see what appears to be a little sorceress here. Now, that's not saying that we have the Archpriest here in the front for the Penguin holding the sword slash staff. All right, there's a little penguin lad back here that we don't know anything about yet. So Penguin Brave just got the recent support here, which means that the rest of these little guys will eventually get their support here. And I'm actually kind of excited to see what this little penguin sorcerer is going to get the chance to do. It's so adorable. All right, evidently we don't have the ninja on the left either for this, but that's a story for another day. Next up here, did you know in Praying Kids lore, we don't know who the heck this dog is. We know nothing about it. Absolutely nada. I actually thought that this was the dog in Bow Wow Bark. But no, there's the two-headed Cerberus-looking dog. So in terms of what we know, this dog is pictured in a couple of pieces of art, but we know nothing about it. I don't know what's going on here with this little yellow lad, but he's hitting on this cat, he's hitting on the twin-headed dog in Bow Wow Bark, and we know nothing about it, which means that there's another piece of candy somewhere along the line in the lure right now for Praying Kids, which means you're going to get more Praying Kids support, ladies and gentlemen. I know how exciting that actually is going to be for a lot of players out here. And the last one for this video is actually going to be Dante of the Burning Abyss. And the reason why I bring this up is the shadows in the back here. Now, this might be a little bit of a stretch here, but in terms of the Burning Abyss, the malevolent souls in the back never really got any love for this. And you're like, wait a minute, Robbie, like, chill here. I know it's a little bit of a stretch here, but let's be honest here. Those souls in the back could act as more Burning Abyss support later on in the life. The Fallen Souls of the, or the Fallen of the Burning Abyss would be an excellent name, and it can be a very generic token generation card, if you would say so. But there is actually possibility here to see these cards actually getting the chance to become real life figures or real life cards because of Dante himself here. So that's everything that we still have for art that's kind of open-ended. I know there's probably many more cards out there as well, but these were the more iconic ones. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Smash that love, grab out, subscribe button. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Vanquill40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by Vanquill40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mkulgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.